Venom is a good movie if it's Sunday and you haven't, and you're like, I want a superhero movie that I've never seen.
Yeah.
Which is hard to get because they usually are popular. So it's like good for that.
You know what I watched yesterday? Did you watch this Nate Jackson comedian, his crowd work?
Nate Jackson?
He's like a popping off comedian for crowd work.
No.
It came by Andrea's YouTube, and he did a whole hour and a half crowd work special. It's pretty fucking solid, man. I watched like 30 minutes of it.
Nate Jackson.
Nate Jackson is the new cat right here.
Oh, yes. I've seen this guy.
He just always sitting. Big nigga, always sitting down.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah, this one right here. That May 2024.
Crowd
1 month
work
ago,
joint.
700,000. And he just did it June.
Does a bunch?
Dude, he does 1 hour and a half on a stool in one place, one shot. And it's like, it's solid. It's nothing that's going to blow your mind. It's like, really the main skill is remembering names.
Yeah.
And bringing it back. Like this person says they sell cars. And 30 minutes ago, Mark said he's looking for a car. He goes, okay, Mark. And he does that thing. And he's got clearly, like, crowd work isn't always fresh in the sense that when you come by the black woman that looks old, you always hit it with one angle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or something funny happened a long time ago that now you keep interjecting into your crowd work. So he's clearly got a decade plus of those. So right when a lady's like, I don't know, he's like, this woman sounded like a slave. Oh, no, I don't know, Lord. Like, right away he went into that. Even though she didn't really sound like a slave, but you know what I mean?
Just hammer them with it.
And then he killed it.
Yeah.
And then another one kind of sounded like that. He's like, all these black women sounded like slave. Oh, I don't want to do it. And like people are laughing. And like it's really good. But watching a whole hour and a half of crowd work is kind of like...
Weird?
It's hollow.
Dang. You just said that so poignantly.
It's hollow.
You're like, it's hollow.
Yeah. Like my girl's like, let's keep watching. I'm like, this is fucking great. And this guy's great at this job.
Watching this.
Yeah, this guy's great at this job.
Hollow
He's a legend.
how do you mean though? Like, what did she feel?
She was having a blast. Yeah. And she already watched the whole thing. This was her second time watching it in 2 days. And he's great. Don't get me wrong.
So anything but hollow for a non-comedy fan.
No, you'll like it too. You may get through the whole thing, but it's kind of like...
You might get through the whole thing.
I don't want to watch one more hour of him getting to learn this audience.
Yeah, that's a
good
point.
You know what I mean? I want him to be like, I grew up in Alabama next to this and say some shit about his life I had never even thought about and funny bits. That's kind of what I... And crowd work has its place where it's like, it's great, 20 minutes, fucking whatever it is, but an hour and a half of pure crowd work is like, it's showing your chops. It's great. That's your skill set. And he's gonna eat off that, but I just can't watch it now.
Crowd work's almost like AI right now. Everyone's just like put out as much of it as you possibly can.
Yeah. What's impressive is how he starts it off. It's a pure crowd work joint. Like, click that.
This
click
one?
that. Yeah. Click that and go to minute 1. It's exactly what you'd expect. Because I'm in my mind, I'm like, if you did a pure crowd work joint, you kind of have to address the general rules and stuff. And that's what he does right off the top. And he kind of sets the tone, and you're like, yeah, that's what I would expect he would do, and he's solid. What?
The States is also just more wide open, right? Like a club owner would let you do this.
Yeah, but he's millions, I think, on TikTok. He's really popping off.
That's how I saw him, because he's doing crowd work stuff.
Yeah, it's like a Rife level TikTok thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's really blowing up.
Yeah.
But watch this. Up it a little bit.
All right, this is a crowd work joint. If you don't know how it works, let me explain. We finna make up some shit for about an hour. I'm not allowed to fall back into my bag and say jokes I already got or none of that. It's shit I will.
Oh, so he like sets it,
defines it explicitly,
or whatever's in front of me.
Watch.
Okay. I see a lot of people in front of me that was already in front of me. So I don't know what you're chasing, but goddamn. Rule number 1, if I look at you, you don't want no shit, just look away. Okay? You
Not bad. That's a good rule. That is a good rule.
No, I'm not just up here rape roasting people. If you stare at me, that means consent. All right?
That's why I was very impressed with the opening.
Extra shit to look away. Just look away. People be like, calm down. Calm down. All right, rule number 2. If I look at you and you look at me and then I start and you don't like how it's going, looking away will not save you. You missed your opportunity for immunity, and you should have looked away and made it.
Yeah, you
See,
can tell he
black
does this a
people
long
can't get
time.
color tattoos, but they can wear the loudest shit
Yes.
possible.
I didn't even think that was loud, to be honest. I'm like, he's just wearing a Suns jersey.
But he's literally wearing a sun. It's the sun.
But look at all his things. He wears full jersey with the matching hat every time. Alabama State, New York, whatever.
It's literally the sun.
This actually made me think of as part of our tour, what we did with Lethal Weapon. We could
That's
have
enough.
we could have made one of the shows a crowd work show and literally changed.
Montreal ended up kind of becoming that.
Sort
you
of,
did
yeah.
all crowd work, and then I did bits, and then I kind of died. You know, so I was like, I think because we barked so many
died.
people, I kind of died. So I'm like, we barked a lot of people, and he set the tone. And then I'm up there trying to do bits, and a lot of these people, like half of them were there because they kind of knew me. Half got barked in and whatever. So it was the tone kind of got set that this is kind of like that type of show. But people fuck with it, bro, and it's so much easier. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's moments where you're like, oh, this crowd's not giving us nothing, blah, 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 blah. But you can work with that.
Well, I wonder what the situation like. Does this guy have openers? Because if he does, like for example,
Maybe
rules is
10
kind
minutes.
of his
He's
opener.
doing an hour and a half. So I think someone did 10.
somebody
Somebody
because
did
like
10.
what you're talking about with Montreal, it's like we talked about that before. So we're both going up to try to do bits. That couple sort of comes in and takes
The
over the
nymphos.
show, and then it kind of becomes about them.
Yes.
If you know it's a crowd work show, and then the first guy does crowd work, then you do crowd work. Probably easier than us figuring it out live.
Yeah, it was I didn't even realize until it ended. I didn't realize what happened. I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm just doing my thing. And then you just happened to do a lot of crowd work because they were there. And that was just kind of the energy.
Yeah.
And you're good at that. And I don't know. It was just kind of like, I'm doing some crowd work. I'm getting pops. And then I'm going into material. And it's not, you know what I mean? It's like mid. And we just try to land the show. It ended up being an okay show. But like, I think they kind of were expecting everyone is expecting, especially when we're doing lethal comedy, Matt Rife shit.
Yeah.
Talk to us. Matt Rife shit, you know? Where it's like,
Well, crowd work used to be like a tool in the kit, and now people are like, show
That's
us
the whole
what
job.
your crowd work is.
yeah, that's the whole job. Is that a new tattoo? What the fuck?
Which one?
That
Diamond?
this chick? No. The
No,
fuck? I've
this
never
I've
seen
had
that.
this forever.
Been there for
I
a while.
literally never seen that.
You never. I know.
I have never seen that. And this guy wears wife beaters all the time. What is that? Like,
What? She's like a
The-
girl.
nice. I
She
thought
got like
she's sick.
Italian, like well, there's no sun hits there, right? So it's
Damn
like,
right. That's a proper canvas, huh?
Yeah, it
Atta
hurt
boy.
like bad too.
But it did.
They hurt so bad.
Gunner's gonna bark at this guy. Oh, Gunner's in the back. Yeah.
Is this because he's black?
No, he's fucking Asian. Aren't you looking at this guy? Because he's black as an Asian
I
male.
just saw his arm. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, skinny.
Yeah.
Speaking of Asian mailmen, Gordon Ramsay got in a horrible bike
I
accident.
saw he fucked up. Yo, pull up pictures of it.
It looked
By
like
the
he
way,
fought for the UFC title. His
dude,
body.
it's just blackness, huh? He looked like, you know, those mentally ill people that get tattoos of just giant pockets of blackness.
Also, you know what it looks like when a
that's
600
Machine Gun Kelly. That's the tattoo machine.
or
Gun
like
Kelly
when a
got.
600-pound person never leaves their bed and they have those sores. That's what that shit looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
too.
yeah. But the sores are like gruesome. That's uniform blackness.
Yeah, that
I've never
looks
even
like
seen that. How does that
Painted on
happen?
his body. He got hit by a car, I think.
How is it that
Oh.
uniform? That's some white bruising. Black people would never have like that.
Yeah, I
It'll
was just
scab
thinking-
up. It'll
yeah.
scab up, but it won't do that.
Jesus.
You did that
Christ.
shit like Rick Ross, by the way. Yo,
he got hit by a
So
car?
purple.
type in guy does a great Rick Ross impression. Have you ever seen that Rick Ross impression?
No.
He goes, "That's a parking meter." Whoa.
So he's got 481K. I'm just putting that in my mind.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast, and it's like, it's a type of thing that you're like, okay, we can all get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing I saw on there that I'm like, he was blessed by Zeus himself.
Which one?
I thought that was Cristiano Ronaldo for a second. I was like, what?
Just type in great Rick Ross impression.
Euro Cup.
It's a black guy that. Oh, by the way, did Boston win yesterday?
They did?
What was the final score? I caught the first half.
Oh, they blew him out. It was like by 20 plus. Or
Honestly,
something.
thank God. I was telling my buddy because the game 6 or whatever would have been in the Houston show to the hour.
Oh.
I was like, Boston, please finish him now, please. And the Oilers, they They went up against they cornered them and they won 8-1. You know, it's crazy what sports teams do when they get cornered. They will
We'll
not
see
be
if
swept.
they can win tonight. We'll see, but I don't know.
But no,
Florida's
it's
very
over. Like they're gonna whether they win tonight or not. I think.
Well, there's an interesting statistic. Since Chris Knoblaw has taken over as head coach of the Oilers, after losing 3 straight games, the Oilers have gone on to have, I think, an 8-game win streak, a 15-game win streak, and a 5-game win streak.
So it really activates them.
So they lost 3 to the Florida Panthers. Based on the stats, it's not impossible for them to win, but beating Florida 3 more times, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I just love it when
McGregor's
people push
out
it
now.
to
He's out of he injured something. What did he injure?
McDavid.
Nah, I thought he
No,
was sick.
he was fighting
Chandler.
Mick Chandler.
Oh, Conor McGregor.
Was going to
He's
fight
back.
Michael McChandler.
He was, but now he's out.
This nigga broke his shin. He had an Anderson Silva shin break. Like,
Yeah.
What
but
was
that
the
he got-
injury? They
and he
didn't
got a
say
billion.
what the McGregor injury was, right?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
say.
he-
I feel like it's
it
partying
was
too
lack
much.
of will. Yeah, exactly. It was just not making weight, not really showing up.
He's bored of it.
Hamzat's out as well.
And he knows he's gonna lose. He doesn't have that thirst. Like, how are you really gonna contend with someone that's like, I'm gonna fuck up McGregor, and he's like, this guy's just getting sucked and fucked and fucking
all day long.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta go to the gym. Fuck.
Why does he even care? I want to have a conversation
Ego.
with him privately and just be like, yo, I get that you like think your ego matters, but you have 150 times more dollars than all of these guys.
I told you what that Irish guy told me how the Ireland don't like him.
Yeah.
Did I say, and we
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
he was talking out that
Because we're talking about Proper 12. That's where he's from.
proper 12.
Yeah.
Bro, the States, man, freaking people drive. People drive to the shows, bro. Chicago, I had a bunch of people drive from Milwaukee, which is an hour and a half drive.
Because their freeways there are a delight.
But still an hour and a half drive. I mean, the 401's just as good as the I-95, right?
But it's not as busy, I think. Like the
Still,
401 is like the busiest shit.
And some guy in Seattle drove from like Portland. It was like a 5-hour drive or something.
That's a lot.
Damn, man, you Americans fucking do it.
Did you sell merch out there?
I didn't. I fucked up.
Why no poster?
Just because in Texas, I'm gonna go print. I'm gonna
Yeah,
print
yeah.
posters for sure.
Because if a guy drove 5 hours, he's buying a poster.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
He's buying more than a poster.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No.
Like
I
a
know.
hoodie or something.
I'm excited for the Texas shows. I'm absolutely gonna sell. Houston is a big one, and I think it'll go good, especially now that I got Moses and like the home team with me.
I think if you don't have merch at a show, you got to do what Jason Allen does, where he'll go to Dollarama and he'll buy like random stuff,
Yeah, like a squirt gun or whatever.
and you
the
just
fuck.
sell it for whatever, and you sign it.
That's
I
so
know.
funny.
He sells like swords, sells foam swords, because he has a bit about I look like I own a sword.
I know, but to be honest with you, I was like these first couple of New York. I absolutely should have had shit. Philly, I wouldn't have been able to sold. Even though it was a great show. It was a lot of people like just getting to know me. I probably could have sold some stuff, but Chicago and fucking Seattle, I should have sold. But I'll do that in Houston, bro. I flew in, was doing shit like to the last second. Like Chicago took an hour and a half to go to the court to meet Moses, and then it took an hour and a half back. We literally told the Uber guy, yo, wait outside. We fucking changed our shirt, ran in. We arrive at 8. There's like no time to do nothing. But if I had a chance, I would have printed some posters. I'm gonna do that literally all morning. Houston, print some.
What's
motherfucking
the best food you've had so far on this little tour?
Oh, that's a great question. Buddy. It might have been the brisket in DC. It wasn't even like that. Wasn't even a stop on the tour. Just the high. It's called 250 barbecue. Damn, it was good, boy.
Is it like outside?
No, it was inside,
Yeah.
very much inside. But the guy, brisket had the bark around. The guy cut it. I'm like, double it up. Brisket keeps getting more expensive. Half pound sometimes like $20, $15, 25. This was 25 for the half pound, and it was like 3 strips. I'm like, bro, double it. Now it's $50. He cut it. There was the final end bark piece, the golden piece. I'm like, bro, you better put that shit in. He goes, because he already hit the weight. He goes. I'm like, yeah. He literally he thought about it. I'm like, what are you doing? Just put it on, bro. You took a whole thing out. Only this is left. Just add it. What are you doing? Give him a nice tip.
$50 in meat.
$50 fucking dollars. I took a picture of it back when I was in DC. It's not even whatever you have in your mind is half of that. But
Yeah,
then when you think about it, if you get a keg Chicago style goddamn New York strip, it's $50 and it's 12 ounce.
Well, yeah, a New York strip 12 ounces, $47, but you get Sides.
Yeah, mash. You get sides.
Beautiful
This you
sides.
got. This you got sides.
What'd you get?
Buddy, are you kidding me? Baked every time, baked beans in this bitch. And depending on the coleslaw, whether it looks baked beans, potato salad. Oh,
Are you a creamy coleslaw guy?
dude, that's these great questions today. You know, mid cream.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't have too.
I hate it too creamy, and when it comes where it's just like dry, they're like, we don't believe in mayonnaise. You're like, fuck you. What are you doing? It needs
not-
a medium.
It's not slop.
It needs a medium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But when those people nail it, really, potato salad is where a barbecue joint can really step out. Oh my god! And banana pudding. Banana pudding. You fuck with banana, no, that'll kill you. Actually,
Yeah, it's interesting that it's
that's
always
a death sentence.
It's always an interesting dessert at a barbecue place.
Bro, I love barbecue place dessert selections. I always think about this. Those are my favorite dessert selections. It's like apple pie, banana pudding, fucking ice cream. You're like, sign me the fuck up, boy.
I like a nice combination of explained flavors. Like when they say
I love
this
how he
is
did
doing
this with
this.
his foot too. Like, I like a nice, just cut it, just provolone, just a thin slice.
I like it when they explain a nice, like, oh, you're eating this because of this.
Ooh, yeah. You like a high presentation dining experience. Yeah, you do. You like they're like
I like
the
it. I like it
truffles
all. I
are
like it
coming
all.
in from Argentina.
I actually
You're like, oh,
hate-
and while you're eating, you're like, oh shit.
I actually hate truffle.
Yeah,
Do you like truffle, the taste of it?
not really.
I hate it.
No.
But every time they put like a truffle butter somewhere, they want you to be so
Impressed.
fucking impressed.
I know.
I'm like, dude, I don't care about this black shit
I know.
that you shaved on my butter. This is disgusting.
Truffle butter.
And people that like truffle, they're like, you don't like that? I'm like, it's just the word.
You just
attracted to.
exactly.
You're
The word is
just-
great.
Yeah.
It's a great word.
Little truffle? No.
By the way, when you go to Amsterdam and ask for mushrooms, they're like, you mean truffles?
Is that
Mushrooms are not called like psilocybin mushrooms. They're not called mushrooms. They're called truffles.
really?
The guy's like, you mean truffles?
Did they also have truffle? Like the
Like the eating truffle?
food, yeah.
Not at this drugstore. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, I got portobello and I got turafari.
Pretty sad that Sugo closes on Monday.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it closed completely.
No.
I was like, oh fuck,
I'm just like, why Monday? That's such a good day to go.
dude, I might hit Sugo tonight.
It's a good day
Check
to
it
go.
out tomorrow. So the flights are so expensive to some of these U.S. locations. I gotta drive to Detroit, which fucking kind of sucks, dude. Because 4-hour drive, you don't know what you're gonna hit at the border, and then drive like 30 minutes to the airport, park, and then take a fucking 2-hour flight.
How
So,
much from Toronto to get to where are you gonna go?
$8.50,
How much from Detroit?
$80.
Dang.
What?
It's crazy how cheap.
Because they got the Spirit, which is like Lynx Air, which is
Yeah.
like you know
80.
yeah, you like your hands are tied. You know.
Yeah, no, like you have no choice.
yeah.
You could probably fly to Detroit.
Yeah, but I'm like at that point that's an international flight already. So I would just fucking take my car, man.
Yeah, it's fucked here.
yeah.
It's just hard to be here.
It's hard to be there too, but
I wish Via Rail had planes. I'd buy every Tuesday. $60. I'd take the
like,
early or late.
we need a bullet train is what we need.
Yeah.
The whole other world figured that shit out.
Imagine we had a bullet train from like BC to Toronto.
They say
to
Montreal to New York, that route, which
Oh
makes
my
total
God.
sense. Montreal, Toronto,
That'd be like a
Detroit,
2-hour
like
train ride.
Cincinnati.
I think it would actually be easier to develop it than we think, because isn't it fucking pretty flat once you cross BC
Pennsylvania, I think,
and you
is
start going across Canada? Isn't it flat as shit?
Oh, like bullet train across Canada?
Yeah, like
I don't think they'll ever
Vancouver,
do that.
Toronto, Montreal, New York.
Yeah, but like this right here is just so much distance, man.
Rock. Yeah, it's
Canada, Canada, we don't dispatch funds like that. That's a China level. Like we'll do that in like 6 months.
See this
across
crazy
the
bridge
country.
they built in China, like super high and tall?
that fell?
No, it just goes over this
Team
huge
us up, brother.
mountain area.
Yeah.
And the like Americans were saying it would be really hard to build this. Like you'll never be able to build this.
And they did.
And they built it. That's it. Looks like a dragon in the sky.
Ooh, it actually looks exactly like San Fran's Golden Gate.
It does.
Does he open it? China opens world's highest bridge.
I think it's way
now that's a
taller.
highway. Spectacular area. Let me just show China's impressive mountain overpass built over us. Let's see. 1,600.
Right now,
Christ.
there's a
You don't want
bridge.
that shit to fall.
The Gordie Howe Bridge is being completed from Windsor to Detroit right now. It's like almost done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's a new bridge.
Yeah, I was just crossing the Ambassador Bridge the other day.
And
They
you
called
could
it the
probably-
Gordie Howe. I saw another bridge.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's another bridge, and it's combining in the middle. I'm
Yeah.
like, they're putting another
It's
bridge.
literally like one more piece.
I saw it. Is it private or government?
No, I think it's government.
You know, Ambassador Bridge is private. Imagine the old, that always blew my mind. Imagine that old type of money to be like, yo, America, yo, Canada, I'm going to put a bridge, like an official border. And all of the fucking tolls you pay goes to, it's private.
Well, the literal, it's I think that's
Like Canada and America gets their cut, but it's a private bridge.
I think
That
that's the
blew my
Little
mind.
Caesars family that owns it.
Yeah, it is. It's which is like a dynasty in Detroit.
Look at this bridge.
Yeah, you knew it was going to be that music too. Whoa, you don't want that shit to fall. That's a big unsupported gap there. Huh?
Yeah, it is.
No, it's supported by the suspension.
Yeah, tension and
Yeah.
yeah, I know. And you gotta do that shit, yo.
But just like,
Like imagine a crazy gust of wind.
Ew.
Oh, huh. I thought it was an abyss underneath. I didn't realize it was just kind of like a.
oh, I mean, it.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
it
super high up.
pretty much is an abyss.
Yeah, that's death.
Would you drive on
Guaranteed
this?
death.
Would you drive on this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
China
there's
makes
18
everything.
Yeah, there's 18-wheelers doing regular runs.
I'm pretty much giving up my life to like anything China makes. I'm cool with it.
If you try to boycott China, anything Chinese made, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Like, essentially, I have to believe that this bridge is
China.
better than any
China.
bridge that's ever built by Americans because Americans don't build me anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that America, it can't be done. It can't be done. Get the fuck out
You
of here.
think in the Chinese stuff they write "Made in China" on it?
No, made the like that type of shit. They're not. If it ships, made in is like law for
Ships.
importing. Anytime you import, export something, it's got to say where the country.
But they're like
making.
authoritarian, so maybe they don't want people to forget.
Oh, they know who made it.
Made in.
There's like Mao.
They only use
posters all
Chinese
over.
stuff there, anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So it's like, of course, it's.
Imagine they like Twix or some shit.
Dude, they do. I like iPhones.
Yeah,
know?
but they're made in China.
Yeah, but they leave and they gotta buy them back.
Do they really? They don't buy Chinese versions?
Oh, there's 1,000 knockoffs, but like they're all made in China. They are like handled by. I guess the ones bought in China go to like they're shipped off to the Chinese depot or whatever the fuck. But it's like Canadian oil. It goes to America, gets whatever the fuck, and then they sell it up.
If they can make like the best knockoffs in China, do you think anybody knows if they have real shit? If you're like a normal Chinese,
See, great knockoffs, not hardware. Hardware is hard to knock off.
like the quality of the hardware.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like if I take a Louis Vuitton bag and you take a knockoff, then it's like,
yeah.
hey, is this even? And you need someone to be like, oh, the stitching is garbage or some shit, but the bag looks identical.
It'd be cool if on the conveyor belt of Louis Vuitton there was a guy that threw a couple fakes in there.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
over
watch.
time, there's enough fakes that nobody knows what's real.
Oh, just like the long game.
Yeah.
This guy is just,
Hundreds of years.
dude. China doesn't play, man. Fucking my buddy's dad is still in prison till this day because he wasn't paying, and he was like a very successful businessman. He was just not. He was doing dealings where he wasn't giving mainland their cut. And he's in prison till there's so many businessmen in China. You know how like tax evasion is the only thing that takes rich white men to prison in America? In China, it's like next level. It's not even just tax evasion. It's like, we need our cut or you're going to prison.
Do they-
Remember Alibaba CEO?
Do they visit him in jail?
No. He writes like once a year or something like that. Yeah.
Bit like a big letter?
Like, I don't know the length of it. If it's parchment, fucking fountain pen. I don't know the logistics, but I know they know he's alive.
Would
and
you
shit.
write a lot if you were in prison? Would you write?
100%,
Yeah, you
bro.
write.
I'd be like,
You would have to.
I would master cursive too.
yeah.
Just little things.
You have nothing else. to
Dearest
do.
father, dearest son, it implores me to tell
You
you,
know
the following.
that's not cursive, right?
No,
That's
that's just an accent.
dearest
father.
son. I write to you this in a fortnight.
Would you, if you were unfortunately raped in jail,
Unfortunately, he said unfortunately.
like it happened by accident, and would you write about it? Would you be like, "Hey,
My dearest son,
not so great this weekend"?
my hole was punctured
Yeah.
forcefully the other night.
Sorry to let you know, Daddy's
It
not
pains me
coming
to
home.
tell you of the pain that I received.
Yeah. Would you write? I would probably be like, yeah.
I probably wouldn't. I'd probably leave out the rape. Me personally, I'd probably handle it like mentally and leave it out in the discourse to my son via parchment.
Maybe I would write it like almost cryptically. Like I would want you to read it, be like, did he get fucked in the ass?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I finally understand P. Diddy's victims. What? What's that?
Or he's just like, yeah, this weekend I met a new gang and they were rough.
I'm in with them.
They were rough, but I'm in with them.
I'm in. I mean, they were, but now I am.
Yeah.
So
they were mean too. And they made me shower with them all weekend, but I'm feeling good.
Feeling good.
Monday's a new day.
Actually, I can't imagine Chinese gangs. Chinese prison dynamic. Because it's like, there's no like the black crew and the white crew. It's all motherfucking Chinese niggas. And probably some like other Asians that got arrested. But
yeah, who's in Chinese jail?
I promise you it's 99% Chinese.
There's got to be like
a
refugees
Cambodian
and shit.
Like
Like
a couple
whites.
Couple North Koreans
The
escaped.
Uyghurs, aren't they in jail too?
Yeah, but they're in like a concentration camp. Fucking, they're not in like the penitentiary system.
Yeah, imagine like because they probably have all those kind of jails still around China that we don't even know about. You know?
Yeah.
How
They're
much
in prison
camps?
because they're Muslim.
Yeah.
These guys are in prison because they probably the Muslim ones are even better off than the ones who try to cut China out of some money. That's the ones who probably really
How
get
much
fucked.
chess is being played in a Chinese prison?
Buddy, are you kidding me? Oh my god! Actually, that's funny. I had a guy in the Chicago show that just looked like a chess master, so we just kept fucking with him the whole time. Like it's like this nigga looks like he's got a knight in his pocket right now. Rubs it twice before he sleeps.
Probably just training kung fu in Chinese jail
I don't think. Pull it up.
with sticks and shit.
Chinese
A lot of
jail?
bamboo fights.
Chinese jail for tax evasion. Type that in.
It would be funny if in jail in China, the actual
Just pictures of guys.
the actual prison was like complete freedom.
Yeah. For what?
But like in jail in China, it would be ironic if that the sentence was just complete freedom in jail. Like,
and then it's
because
like-
you're not free in the country, but in prison you're like free as fuck. But
Yeah.
just in the jail,
I don't get
like
it.
you can watch American porn.
It's just literally like just a fence and full freedom within it.
whatever you want. It's just you.
That's constant death. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
You know,
Go
and
nuts.
the prisoners, a lot of them be like, "Hey, can we get some structure? Can we get 23-hour lockdown, please?
Please.
People keep raping me.
Can you give me 3 square meals? I can't just. I get to pick what I eat. What the hell is this?
Look, billionaire Chinese national pleads guilty to straw donor campaign countries and other frauds. They probably locked his ass up.
Every conversation in the Chinese jail is like, "What are you in for?" He's like, "Well, tax fraud,
Yeah,
evasion. Yeah, I didn't pay them."
It's like, oh, that guy actually did murder.
No
Damn,
one's
murder?
no one's violent
Yeah.
except one guy.
He's just got 19 tattoos on his face. You're like, he did murder.
They probably wouldn't allow it to like have a real murderer with all these business guys because then he would just take them all over.
Yeah,
He'd
be the
become like
Lord.
Genghis Khan. in
Yeah.
jail.
Oh yeah.
I think if you're in a life of crime, you should prep for jail.
Buddy.
You should be like the most strong guy you could be, possibly.
That's why I love that movie, Law Abiding Citizen. Remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that. Just that
Where he's trying to
idea.
rope Jamie Foxx into this whole thing that they kind of know about the whole
But the idea of like learning the law and then fucking it's some engineering because he's like an engineer and lost his family and learned the law. Remember that scene where
Well, he's
like,
so cool because he's never actually at the crime scenes.
exactly, and that court scene where the judge was gonna let him off. He goes, "See, that's what I'm talking about. I used these words, and you're gonna fucking let me off, you fucking idiot!" Like,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Silence in the court," type shit. They're like, "Yo, that nigga engineered law and shit, bro." That idea of villains, I've always had that like weird fantasy, like, yo, if I was ever big time in crime, I would just have the strongest lawyers retained, like constantly just getting a little.
Well, Harvey
funnel of money.
Weinstein, man, they're going back on all this stuff.
Oh, but he's appealing everything.
I think
was
there's
never
a
gonna stay in
sentence
jail.
that he still has to do, but Law Abiding Citizen was sick because that was when Gerard Butler, he's still going to be a movie star,
Yeah.
but then that whole thing kind of just died.
What did he do? Anything that made him fall off?
No, just the concept of that stalled for a bit.
Did I ever tell you that?
He also had an alcohol problem,
Yeah. Who?
and that'll
Who didn't
get you.
in Hollywood?
That'll get you.
Braden Lynch. Did I ever tell you the story of how he met him?
Gerald Butler?
Yeah.
No.
When we were in Edinburgh last year, Braden's freaking barking outside his venue. Gerard Butler and his 3 family members come into the store and or to the bar he's barking in front of. And he's like, "Is that Gerard?" And he makes eye contact with him and he tries to hand him a thing. And then Braden, because didn't think people would believe him, goes to the venue, gets the security footage, right? And he zooms in on it.
Wow.
And it's literally him with a hat where it's like, you got to believe him a little bit. You can kind of see that it is him, but it's not 1,000%.
Gets the footage.
I don't know how he got the footage, but the guy, he's like, and he pauses it in the moment that him and Gerard looked at each other. He's like, dude, we connected in that moment. I'm like, it's okay.
If you go up to somebody in like a authoritative capacity, but you say it to them like it has to be done, they will do it. Like he probably went up to them. He's like, I need the security footage. They're like, why? Like, I need it. And they're like, okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That's how my boss talks to us.
It was a perfect vantage point just to prove his little thing.
Crazy.
No one believed him. And then he
Crazy
got the
to
footage.
think that that's like your next move. I met Gerald Butler, and then the next thing I'm going to do is go grab the security footage.
To prove it.
That's
and then
insane.
what? You know what I mean? And then what once you prove it?
Did he have it on his phone, or what? Like, how did
I
he
had it on his
acquire-
phone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Airdrop it to
I
him?
have no idea how he got it from the system to his phone. But not only that, but he went and isolated it, where he paused the moment that Gerard, like, as he's walking into the Alchemist, which is the venue, he looks back, and Braden's at the doorway, lights hitting him. Gerard's kind of in the dark.
He's like, he pulled a zoomed in enhance on it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, it's like
zoomed in.
CSI where they just type 2 things and the quality becomes 4K. You're like, that doesn't what? Like, enhance.
That standard issue Hollywood hat you get when you do 5 or more movies, and they just like cover your face with this.
Yeah, it is exactly the same shit. In fact, actually, AI is gonna be able. You know, CSI where it'd be like so pixelated, and they'd like enhance, and they do a square over the face, and
Yeah.
they type 3 things. AI is actually gonna be able to do that for sure.
100%.
Where it's actually gonna go from like pixely to like, oh shit, that's the motherfucker right there.
They'll probably have AI where you could just throw some glasses on, and then you could just turn whoever you're banging into whoever you want.
Oh, 100%.
I was sleeping with Selma Hayek last night.
That might save marriages. I was gonna think it might ruin them, but I was like, no, that's gonna save marriages.
You think?
Oh yeah,
Save.
save marriages. Yes.
But the connection.
Yeah, I mean, it was gone long ago.
Yeah, I guess if you're
I'm
at
talking
the point
20
where you're
year
looking
plus.
in, yeah,
I'm not
you're-
talking like a 3-year marriage.
You're looking into like, I need the glasses that make you Selma Hayek.
Both people are closing their eyes. You know what I mean? Let's cut to the chase. Our imagination's getting shitty.
Closing your eyes is so
let's use these eye
disrespectful.
fucks.
Closing your eyes is so disrespectful. Like if you're scared on a ride, you close your eyes because you don't want it to be a part of your reality anymore, and that's the way you shut it out.
Yeah.
Stop
As far as banging with eyes closed,
banging with eyes closed.
closing your eyes during sex, I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe like 16.
I don't think it's
years old.
I don't think it's disrespectful. Like from the guy's point of
just
view, it's like, yeah.
I don't think it's disrespectful.
Like, open your fucking eyes and look at me.
Please.
Look at me.
I can't enjoy this.
Who are you thinking of? He's just banging him. Hey, who are you thinking of?
The rent.
Oh, fuck. You ever have a girl say a different name in bed?
Not during sex. No.
No.
Is that happening to you?
No, but not
Like
during
in-
sex, but during conversation.
In conversation.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
But in bed though.
No.
Okay, all right. Like in
Not a
not
lot
in
of
intimate
names
conversation.
come up. That was a very 90s comedy thing where like, oh, you said a different name in bed. It's like, why are you addressing motherfuckers in the bedroom?
I know. Actually, I don't even like that.
I don't want to
because-
hear my own name in there.
Yeah, because then I always feel pressure to say their name back.
There.
You know what I mean? I can't say their name back. It's
You
like
could just be like, they.
what?
You could just, when they ask you, say my name, you're like, they.
Fuck yeah, take that. They them.
You are.
They them. Yeah, they them.
I saw a video of a guy like detailing how LGBTQ is all just.
It's all gay. Dude, that was a genius video.
Yeah, that was
I
good.
saw that. Yeah.
And then the one comment was like, "Well, explain why you're gay."
It
I'm
actually
like, he
makes
made a great point.
It actually makes sense.
and it wasn't from a place of hate or anything at all.
He
It was
just did the math.
Yeah. The trans one is like, either way you're trans. If you trans man going to female, you gay. And if you're gay, you're gay.
Yeah, that
Either
one
way-
I almost didn't understand because it had a lot of words.
The best comment was 5G explained.
Yeah, 5G.
Like, that's fucking hilarious.
What was the video called? Do you remember?
Man breaks down LGBTQ.
Well, it's almost like the male and female gender math is like undone by long form division. They're like, no, let's unpack the equation. What is a man?
Yeah, right. Like this whole
They're
thing.
like, actually, a man is two gay lesbians who love queers. You're like, what?
No,
That can't be right.
I don't think we'll find
That equates
Was
a
it
single
on
man.
Instagram or something?
Oh, it was on the ground.
Wow, YouTube really just traded full screen videos for little phone shits, eh?
I know. That's the thing that makes shorts is probably the majority of what people are actually on YouTube watching now.
Really?
Yeah, you ever search something? It's like it gives you a couple of results and then a bunch of shorts results right there.
Searches nowadays are so annoying
I know.
because it's like a bunch of TikTok videos. Really, TikTok just kind of ruined everything.
It really did. It really fully.
Well,
it
because
can
people
all
stopped
be
being creative.
Reverse tracked back to it.
Yeah, because Google's like, well, we'll just do this because
Yeah.
that works.
Because they had explosive amount of signups and user whatever the fuck, and then Instagram was like Reels, and then YouTube was like Shorts, and it was all clearly just being like, get that 9x16 short
But
videos
Instagram
here.
had, remember IGTV?
Yeah, but that went up to 10 minutes.
I know, but I'm saying like they had it before,
but-
and they just
but it
didn't
wasn't-
know how to.
It wasn't right though.
No, not even
IGTV is
close.
a garbage name.
It sucked.
Because there was a time when Vine was a thing.
Vine was more like 6 seconds or something.
Yeah, but then
And they
Instagram
looped.
And they looped.
but then Instagram came out with 15-second videos, right?
So Reels really started with 15 seconds.
But it wasn't Reels;
Well,
it was just videos.
I think
It's not
Reels
videos,
started with Vines because Reels are looped too.
No, Reels literally came after TikTok. Like that
Yeah.
term Reels and they go
Yeah.
last for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Came right after TikTok.
Yeah.
They're identical. They have a system on there to make videos and edit them just like TikTok.
Yeah.
They just reverse engineer TikTok. And then I don't know if you can film all that stuff on YouTube, but
You can. Yeah.
same little platform.
Same thing.
There you go.
Inside a YouTube app.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah,
Like if you go on, if you just click the record button,
Yeah.
it's right there.
And by the way, whatever happened with they're saying that like TikTok is banned and it's TikTok is being forced to sell to a U.S. owner.
so
Is
they
that
have
happening?
time. They have a time window to do it.
Yeah.
It's like it was like 6 months from the time that thing got passed. So the next time we'll hear about it is either at the time of a sale or
Senate passed a TikTok ban bill, sending it to President Biden's desk. A bill that would force China-based company ByteDance to sell TikTok or else face a U.S. ban of the platform. It's all but certain to become law after the Senate passed a foreign and package including the measure. Okay.
which is kind of weird because I don't know. It probably happens in China, but there's no American companies dominating in China.
No, Google's blocked.
They
Yeah.
just make TikTok an American company is what they're trying to do.
Yeah. They're just trying to stop all of the data mining, making its way back to China. Like making sure an American company gets the trillions of data points, you know?
I've also heard that one of the reasons is because they can't actually control what people see on TikTok, like the U.S. government can't control, whereas they can with like YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff.
That's
So
the real.
they
thing.
want they want to have some form of control over it.
Yeah.
because it's a foreign thing.
Well, that's why like the TikTok is really the only place where people can fully see what's happening in Gaza.
Yeah, exactly.
And it really like catalyzed a lot of people's
But
protests
you can't
and everything.
say porn. Like
Yeah, TikTok is very strange.
very weird.
Very weird. Yeah.
You couldn't say the word porn.
If I say China, it's almost the. If I say something, you can say faggot and it'll be fine. But if you say China, and you come back an hour after you post, it'll have that little X over the
the
audio. Or if you say like the government this, or you got to know exactly, or it has to be all your content.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it. All your content has to be conspiracy or China content.
They testified in Congress or whatever. TikTok was like, we don't give the data to China.
Yes.
They just take it.
They 100%.
Yeah, it's like used by every child
Yeah.
in the continent. I'm pretty sure they're using it for maybe not nefarious, but they're using it so they can be have a leg up in the future. You know, they're like little Timmy in Arkansas loves fucking balloon dance. Make a note of that.
Everything's just worse. It's weird.
It is. Things are worse now than they were, and it's always seemed like things get better as they. Like I said, when they were like $20 for this fucking letter, I'm like, and I still don't. I got to go back with the 20 to get the letter. They're just holding it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Things
Well,
are worse now.
Now, Down with Tech, Nathan McIntosh's special.
Yeah.
that whole thing section that he has about nerds used to be in check by
Bullies.
jocks who would kick
yeah.
their ass and then make them not dominate. But now we just listen to the open AI guys and be like, okay, we need tech. But like, sure, the iPhone is now more, I guess, high tech than it
Stronger,
was, but it costs like 4 times what it used to, and it does pretty much the same.
Yes, it just does better pictures.
Yeah.
And can handle more aggressive games.
And the pictures aren't for me. The pictures are for the companies to use me to put content on their thing. So it's very weird.
They convince you it's all for you, right?
It's weird.
Make content. It's all just cameras. If you see the commercials,
Yeah.
it's like, it's always like a feature of like, you took a picture and I deleted Dante out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of people you don't want in your photo. The whole thing, all marketing phones is just new imaging
And like
technology.
how to manipulate an image.
Look at how good we took a photo in crazy darkness. You're like,
Did you see
iPhone 17.
Did you see the new multicam feature?
No.
You can set up 2 iPhones,
Yeah.
have them record at the same time, and then on an iPad, you can switch between the feeds.
Finally.
Like automatically based on audio, or just like choose 1, 2?
So you're like, okay, this is
So
a
now
phone,
you need
this is-
3 Apple products, right?
You could
And it only
if
works
you
with
had
Apple.
it. Yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
though, they missed that boat. Like, they should have done that
5 years ago.
As soon as the iPad came out,
Yeah.
they should have been like, if we're trying to dominate creators,
Yeah.
iPhones are creative tools. Your iPad is this computer. If you have a Mac, even better.
Yeah.
Now it's just her. You know what else is fucked? My wife's phone broke. She got a new phone. That was a fucking broke version of it because she had insurance.
Like a refurbished?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was an insurance thing.
Yeah.
Her new phone came. She forgot her password.
Yeah.
The new like password recovery isn't like 24 hours anymore. It's like days, like several days. So it could be like 2 weeks. So she has to wait for Apple to send her a code to go and use the new phone.
Because her old password won't work?
Yeah, so they're like, what was the login passcode
For your Apple ID
for your
or-
old iPhone? That's what they asked. Just
Okay.
Like, when she's like, forgot my password, they're like, what was the passcode for not the iPhone you're replacing, the one you had previous to that? What's
What
the
the
passcode?
fuck?
She put it in. They're like, no. So it's like, okay, we'll send you your ID in several days.
So she has no phone.
She's using her phone that doesn't work. She has to talk to text, but you can't talk every text. Sometimes it's like something about work or like something you can't.
Apple's just getting too big and they're too powerful.
It's too
and,
much.
And everything is too expensive. And it's like, I don't play. Bro, the only game I have on my phone is Sudoku. I have Sudoku. I read on the flight. Video, FaceTime is the only time I'm using like.
What about games though? Why did you talk about games?
Just the fact that the iPhones need an M2 chip, an M3 chip, an M4 chip.
Yeah, but
dude, I'm not exporting 4K
No.
Premiere. I'm not running Adobe Suite on my fucking phone.
No, but the younger
But if you had a
kids-
14 Pro, you could.
the younger kids, they're gaming hard on phones.
Yeah, but the games are not
true,
like Elden Ring or whatever you guys.
No,
Oblivion. They're
no.
not like
They
that.
have Call of Duty
They're all
Mobile.
like Minecraft.
No, they have Call of Duty
No,
Mobile.
some of the games on the phones are
They're crazy.
pretty crazy.
Okay, so if you game that, then okay, get the phone.
And a
but
lot
they
of-
keep selling it to all of us like we're editing
Like as if that's
music.
a normal thing. Yeah,
We're
it's not.
compressing audio. They're like all of it on the
No,
phone.
I agree with
You're
you.
Like, what?
I agree with
What
you.
is this?
But then again, I think that's pretty good because like if you do all those things, like
You have it, sure.
have it
or
right
or
there.
also just get the iPad, right?
You know what
the
though?
iPad's so big it doesn't fit in your pocket.
Do you have what phone do you have? iPhone what?
12 Pro Max.
Bro, if you looked at these new iPhones,
They're getting bigger.
They are in the space.
The
they are
next
in
one's
that
bigger.
yeah, they're in the absolutely in the same magnitude of the smallest iPad.
Yeah,
They
almost.
they barely
almost.
they're the full dimensions of a pocket. You know what I mean?
Well, the iPad Mini actually fits in your back jean pocket.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the iPad
this-
Mini and the big eye.
Is there an iPad Mini Pro?
No.
That'd be crazy.
There's like half an inch difference, and they're
Try
the same
this on
thing.
though. Content hasn't gotten better. Like this video isn't of a higher quality because all the technology is now higher. All videos are pretty much the same, and TikTok content is actually the worst quality, but it's the most viewed content.
Yes, because it comes from fucking every corner of the world with people that don't have iPhones or whatever.
I just think that what we were saying earlier is like advancement technologically and like what we do aren't like
They're
this
not
anymore.
aligned. Yeah, they're not aligned.
It's like we just have all the tech, but we don't do anything.
Because we got to keep selling, so it's got to keep getting better. And for me, I know for the last 10 years, I've had zero difference in the use of my phone. It's Spotify, Google Chrome, make calls, iMessage, FaceTime every now and then,
Yeah.
a couple games. That's it. And it's just like, yeah, here you go. Here's half a terabyte in your phone, an M2 chip. It's $4,000. You're like,
Who wants
why?
this?
Why? Oh, what's this?
So this is just like the multicam feature, where you can like
from the ground up.
Do you call it Final
Let's
Cut
start with
camera?
Final
Yeah,
Cut
so
Pro.
like Final
With the
Cut
new
is like
iPad
editing
Pro
software.
M4, it
I have it.
absolutely screams. With final rendering
Screams?
up to 2 times faster than M1. Live multi.
Wait, pause it. Did they have an M3, M4? They have an M2 and an M3
Yeah.
chip?
My MacBook.
It
that I
only
have-
has doubled in render speed
No,
between
no.
the M1 and the M4.
No. It doubles from the M3, which was.
No, he
is
said
like-
from the M1.
Really?
Yeah.
rendering up to 2 times faster than M1. Live.
What?
It's M4.
It's M4.
Look, so that means M2 and M3 were like 20% better each time.
But this is also on the phones or iPads.
Yeah.
Still, but keep going.
My MacBook is M1
Live
Pro.
multi-cam
Yeah,
cameras
I've got the
film
M1
to
Air.
Connect and preview up to 4 cameras all at once, all in one place. Creators can remotely direct each video angle and dial in exposure.
See,
white
that's
balance,
actually fucking
focus,
sick.
and
Well, that's
more.
crazy if you are like
Support live
in
multicam,
full
we
video
created an
production,
entirely
weddings,
new app.
events.
Yeah, but that's the point. So like, say
That's amazing if
All
you
you
do
need
that.
is iPhone, and you could do a whole wedding. Like
All you need,
that's
all you
crazy.
need is iPhones that are the cost of FX3.
Straight
Sony,
up though,
that-
Apple should be making like a camera.
That is what the iPhone basically is.
But I'm saying like a straight up
dedicated.
dedicated
Yeah.
an
camera.
eye camera.
Yeah, with the fucking screen, with the best touchscreen possible.
It just looks like an iPhone when you can't call people.
Yeah, literally. Give me like the best.
And a tiny like footprint.
Yeah,
Like it's just a box with a giant lens.
yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it just-
Silver and fucking
and just
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And like the sides are beveled perfectly and it's a brushed steel.
Like their obsession and commitment.
It's all cameras
to
now.
like yeah,
Yeah.
they got to just realize like if you want creators, I need to do every single thing that I gotta buy accessory shit for. Like
Yeah.
oh, I want to plug this into that. Like no. Apple should be like if you own our products, you can do it all with it. No problem.
I saw a photo of like people putting 2 toggles into the USB-C so they can get HDMI, USB 2, and like 19 things. And you're like, the fact that they're like, simplify it down to 2 USB-Cs. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Bro, the amount of times I need to connect things, an SD, keep an SD card. Every time these people
the
show...
Pro has the SD card.
I know, but it's like even on the MacBook Air, they're like use rendering and look at all the video production. They even sell it as you doing video editing on it. Then
Yeah.
keep the SD card on there, man.
See, but they fucked themselves because how it should work is the MacBook Air should never be able to do what a Pro does. You should always have the difference.
A gap, yeah, you need a gap.
But then consumer uses changed. So like the average woman or average man will maybe edit a video, which as soon as you're into video editing, you actually need a bit more power.
Yeah.
So like, well, if we can make everything the same and then just change the form factor, but if you put it like your business should not be so fucking fragile that if you put an SD card on this computer, no one's gonna buy the Pro.
exactly.
Like, it doesn't
it's
make
like
sense.
it completely negates the existence of a fucking Pro.
That's why they want the Vision Pro to be a thing because then it's a whole new product category and blah 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 blah.
And then they're gonna start elevating and have the
And
basic and the
tiers,
Pro,
yeah.
and then the tree expands. But like with that, it's like, hey guys, do I really need to pay $1,000 more just to get SD card? Use the toggle, friend. You're like, fuck off,
yeah, it's too much.
fuck off.
I think if Steve Jobs was alive, he would be down for some of it, but he would be like, no, these should have like fucking 6 ports.
The part I hate is that despite all our complaints, is that I keep getting Apple products, man. Is when you have an iPhone and you have a MacBook, just the way it talks to each other, I just can't get a ThinkPad. I like a ThinkPad, but I can't get one.
Also,
I just want
the-
an AirDrop. I don't want to
Yeah.
transfer it to Google Drive and download it on my thing.
Yeah.
The quality of the build really matters for me on the computers.
And it's a solid build.
Oh yeah,
It's a solid build.
makes you feel like whatever you spent, no matter what it is, was worth it.
You know what's funny is that like I work at cafes all the time, and people like they'll leave the laptop and they'll go to the bathroom, but they're much more comfortable if you also have a MacBook.
Yeah.
If they have a MacBook and you have some fucking Dell
Sony
in the
Vaio or
corner,
some shit.
they have to ask another Apple owner, can you watch my shit, bro? That nigga shit is $150. They could be gone in a minute with my shit.
The fucking thing is, a desktop are like
He's looking around at what people got. He's like, Dell, I'm going to hold this shit in.
the PC laptops are so heavy.
Dude. But I mean, the ThinkPads are great.
Well, now, but I'm saying like when that shit was like in 2015, where like the MacBook was thin,
Like the HPs.
the fucking power
The
cell,
Toshibas are giant. They're bricks.
but nuts.
But I like that they keep them thick. They won't go thinner than a certain amount because they want to keep travel on the pads.
Well, and you need
they
air
give
circulation.
And you need air circulation.
Apple wants to deny that air and heat are real.
Yeah,
But this is all
doesn't have
solid
a fan.
state.
There's
No, I
no
know.
fan on this.
That's all solid state. So
which
it's
is
like,
insane.
which is fucking awesome. I mean, I got that thing, but like, I don't need it to be that thin.
No.
I have the tiniest backpack, and I put that in there, and there's a lot of room, guys.
Yeah.
You could make it half an inch thicker. Keep an SD card, a USB, like, and give me another USB-C.
I think the MacBook Air is probably the single best laptop ever made.
Yeah, I think I've only had Airs. I've never really had the Pro because it's always like
I've never had an
$4,000.
Air. I want one.
Bro, it's pretty much the same as your Pro. It's just your Pro is better equipped. Ports
Yeah.
and strength. Is yours a terabyte?
Yeah.
Like I paid for 16 gig RAM and terabyte.
Yeah.
The
too, they fucking...
The Air was still $2,500 when the
Yeah.
way I built it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pro would have been $3,200 pretty much building it like that. But
Yeah, I wanted to
only
get
done
the
it for-
Pro Max, like the M1 Pro Max. But it was
The
like,
fuck is Pro Max?
In
because
the-
they had the M1, then they had the M1 Pro, and then the M1
If you go
Pro
to the
Max.
14 and 16 inches, you can get like Pro versions of the chips or Max versions.
Yeah.
So if you're like... And honestly,
And they're just overclocked?
I don't think anybody
They're
needs
like
it unless...
double the M1 is like double
Gigahertz?
It's like two M1s stacked.
You'd
beside
have
each
to
other.
be trying to edit the full Lord of the
8K.
Rings
Yeah.
collection on that one computer.
The way my current M1 handles 4K,
Yeah.
there's really no scenario where I'm like, unless I'm trying to take 4K video and cut a clip and have it and export the entire video in fucking 4 minutes or less, sure. But I never need that.
What's so fucked is that they've moved on to 4 new versions of the chip. There's no new quality of camera footage. There's not like we're not like 32K.
They must keep upgrading more capitalism, bro. And there's people I know that'll buy the new one every fucking year.
Yeah, I'm
By
good.
the-
I realize right now that I'm good.
iPhone 12 mini, 3 years ago. I'm good on that. This one here, I'm getting at least 5 more years out of this thing.
Yeah.
Even when it starts being like you have to restart it and close everything just to get something to work good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I'll still keep it. I'm not fucking buying.
They got
another
rid of
one
those
for a while.
minis.
The 12. They don't run minis anymore.
No.
Dude, every person that I run into that has a mini, there's like this weird connection. They're like, dude, fucking, this is the best size. Look at fucking, like, it's a great size, dude.
They
Fits
had it
in-
for like 3 years.
I don't guess it didn't probably sell that well. People
Yeah.
love a big screen. People love a big screen.
I think it's not even that people love a big screen. It's that if you see somebody else with a big screen, you start to feel a little envious. If you only saw little screens, nobody cares.
Yeah, see, I would agree with you, except I kept upgrading. I had the iPhone 3G, then I got the 5, and I got the 7, I got the 10, and then it kept getting a little bit bigger, and then I'm like, this route is not necessarily better.
It's not sustainable.
Every time it's bigger, right? It's like, and then I went back and went 3 iPhones back as far as size to like the 5. I'm like, this was when they nailed it.
Yeah.
When a phone fits in one hand, slides in and out of a pocket perfectly. Like, I have a magnet on my car. Can't even. My girl's phone is like a 12. Fucking like, if we go
Heavy.
over a bump,
Yeah.
off. It's too heavy.
Yeah, the iPhone 5S was like amazing.
That's what the 12 is size wise.
I think a 5S is a little
Let's see,
bigger.
5S versus 12 mini.
The 5S. Let me see. Yeah, it might
Yeah.
be actually.
Dude, like, take the case off.
Yeah, this might be a 5S. No, I think it's small, a little smaller. Actually, no, maybe. Fuck, I can't remember now.
Like, how? Like, it's
Oh,
just.
this might literally be a 5S.
Yeah, I gotta fix that bottom screen. But yeah, okay, look, 12 mini percent. Okay, the 5S was a little smaller.
A little.
A little smaller.
Oh wait, 5S is he's a little smaller.
Just a little smaller.
Wow.
Right?
Like I could maybe even go like a little taller. Here,
Yes, yeah, exactly.
but this is good.
It's fucking great.
You think they'll bring it back eventually or not?
No, he's just saying they killed it.
They just killed it.
Oh, no. In 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Because, again, people are like, yo, I don't need an iPad on my fucking... That's my US... Bro, I'm on some international
How about
shit.
this? When are they gonna start letting you just make your own iPhone? Where you're
Never.
like-
Are you crazy?
Oh, like custom, like
just
the way we do
yeah.
it with the MacBook?
Be like, yo, I like the Mini. I know you're not gonna make a bunch of these. I'll pay $3,000. Make me one.
You'll pay $3,000 for a mini.
You're already kind of paying that.
No, people will be like, give me the 4 Pro God level Retina camera and give me the Gorilla Glass
Like,
thing.
at what point is Apple made to order?
Very soon, man, because that's the final level of like, okay, how do we extract the maximum money out of them?
Yeah.
Because these didn't always used to be. It used to be like MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and you could make to order the towers or the minis.
Yeah.
And then they're like, this, you want this much RAM? And then now you could change RAM. You could change hardware.
Like, at
or,
one
sorry,
point, they're gonna
hard
look
drive.
at all the data and they're gonna be like, okay, we sell the most consumer MacBook Air M2s. We'll make those, but if you want a Pro, that's custom. Like, you got to literally talk to us and you get this custom made. Okay, you want 2 SD cards. You want 2, like, them nitpicking over which features they think we want and then not listening or listening to us on Reddit. It's like,
You might. They may actually not do that with the iPhone. Now that I think about it, because they want to train people to continuously upgrade iPhones.
Well,
and
yeah,
when you
you're right.
customize it, like I did, 16 gigabyte RAM. When you try to future proof your MacBook Air, it like, okay, I'm not gonna buy a product from you for 5 years because I future. They don't want that for the iPhone.
yeah, it's true.
They're like, just fucking get this thing, and next year the camera's gonna be way better. Get it again.
If the mini had like a 3-camera setup, that'd be...
But this camera's
Mint.
great though. Why? Just
No,
the
but
3 camera looks
no,
good.
Me personally, I shoot a lot on the 2.5 like lens.
Oh, yeah?
So I shoot a lot on that. So I'm saying like, if I didn't have to carry around this,
Will someone, so for a guy that uses his phone for work as a production camera,
Yeah.
then you don't get the mini, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying if the mini, if you could customize it, like my customization.
No,
would be
there's
like,
no way, man.
be the third
if they could
camera.
make that work, though, at that form factor,
Oh, but
That's
would
where
be
the iPhone
fucking
camera.
sick.
The iPhone camera should be like the 4S size.
yeah.
But just beefed up with like an M4 chip.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't just
And then-
put one giant
and-
lens
yeah, that's- it should
and a
have 3
ring
huge
flash around it, so it's not a little circle to the side like they always have. Just the flash is around it and pulses and takes
And
the
you
shot.
should be able to clip on like different lens caps. And
You can. Edward Kim
Yeah,
has
with-
that.
with
He's
a
got
case,
He's got
yeah.
a fucking
But that's
crazy
with the case
camera.
though.
Yeah.
Right? Like he does like the small rig.
It's independent of
But
it.
it would have to be with the case.
No, but I'm saying
Everyone
if I-
uses a case.
If iPhone had it to where like there's like Apple ND filters and stuff like that, like
It-
specifically for the Apple camera.
What I'd love to see from iPhone is an option where it's a built-in case. You cannot even take it off. It's like
Built-in
Alcantara. No, it follows the form perfectly, so it's still a beautiful. Because we all buy these crazy iPhones that they're like, look at how elegant it is, and we throw a case on it right away. Immediately, everyone, and
And you ridicule people who don't have cases on.
we all know some. Like, are you fucked? They're like, I don't even give a fuck, man. It's like it's the slipperiest thing in the world, right? Like, more than ice. Like it's literally.
it's like holding a
scientific
crystal piece of glass.
Yeah, it's like it's a marvel of science. The fact that it has zero friction, but like, just make it. Have you ever seen You know what Alcantara
Yeah,
is?
it's like almost
Dude,
suede.
have Alcantara, like high level Porsche, the steering wheel. Type in Alcantara. It's this fucking. Oh, bro, Alcantara is the best. Whenever in a high level sports car that has this ultimate grip, it just like that, bro. If they can have an iPhone, it's ultimate grip,
Yeah.
bro, and it's so high quality. Ultimate grip.
It seems like it would heat up so much though. Like
It don't heat.
It don't.
It wicks moisture and it distributes heat, bro.
perfect.
Moisture wicking, pretty good.
iPhone
God level,
moisture
bro.
whisking.
Bro, one day you're gonna get into a car and it's gonna have an Alcantara steering wheel, and you're gonna immediately be like, "Oh."
Is that the highest level of steering wheel material?
There might be ones that peasants like us don't even know
Yeah,
about, but
yeah.
as far as we know, as far as I've ever come by,
Like the hair
without
of
a
rich
doubt.
people?
Oh, without a doubt, bro. Anytime you see like 911 turbos or Cayenne Turbo S, look inside the thing. It'll be Alcantara with the center line.
I really like the name Alcantara.
Alcantara.
Sounds like an exotic woman.
It sounds like it would be like, would you like truffle or Alcantara? You're like, I'll have a, would you like pepper? Do you have Alcantara? Yes, we do. I'll have a little bit of that. Thank you. Yeah, like when you bro, oh my God. I fucking love Alcantara.
All right.
You know what I did?
Calm down.
Here we go.
The Jetta that got totaled years ago, I bought Alcantara and I hand stitched it. It took hours, stitch by stitch by stitch.
Oh, you couldn't just buy like
On eBay. It's like literally Alcantara is leather, so it's like a hide, and it comes with a bunch of thread, and you have to fucking stitch that
No
shit.
shit.
And I got totaled just the bro. That's like a next level clip-on, clip-off race steering wheel. I had a fucking VW Jetta, bro. But man, when you grip on Alcantara, bro, you want to land this thing or what? Huh?
Yeah, the Alcantara for the last 3 minutes.
When does this come out? Tomorrow night, Austin, Texas, pull up. Next week, San Francisco, and then Calgary, July 4th, Toronto, July 19th. Tickets at abbaswahab.com.
Nothing for me. I'm living my life week to week out in this bitch. I'll be in Toronto. Everywhere you Toronto ties.
Yeah. All right, till next time. Send it off, Dante. Peace.